starting Magnolia Parks Into the Dark. The UK cover just came in, like literally like 3 hours ago. So I'm starting this. This is what she looks like. She's so pretty. This is the back with the deer in the bathtub. Oh my god. I'm literally one chapter and I'm on the second chapter now in BJ's point of view. I've literally already annotated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. Already have highlighted 7 things. Oh, I also have my How's the Weather Parks sweatshirt on from House of Jupiter. I mean, come on, just the dedication to this. To anyone whom the more stingy parts of this book resonate with, anyone who's grieved or is grieving, or has lost or is losing, anyone who wears with the black, empty nothingness, everything is going to be okay. Okay? I like already want to cry. I'm already so emotional and just, I just can't. And like, I'll read you some of my annotations so far. So one happened on page 2, and it says, Parksy, BJ calls to me. I like when he calls me that. It makes me feel 15 again. That's what he'd call me when we were in school, when we were together before. It sort of just showed back up once we got engaged. I love them so much. I'm already so sad. And then I had another one about how, like, she loves having an R bedroom with him. You know, they didn't get to have one, and so now they get an R bedroom, and it's so sweet. And then we already have a Daisy Christian sad moment. He huffs, much less pure and much less evergreen than Henry, because I suppose, to be fair, Christian has loved someone really, truly, properly, and where has it gotten him? Daisy's still gone, not a word for 3 months. It's hard to tell how he's coping with that. And then later it says they left and then nothing. Not a word from either of them since, not even when. I shake my head at myself. I don't want to think about that. And it just, like, I don't even. Another one that was sad, and it was about the magazine, The Secret Life of Bridget Parks, the article that was in it. It was talking about how she didn't find anything about being celebrity fulfilling, and it says, and none of it is. It's all meaningless. Her whole life, she was above it and avoided it, and then in her death, they came for her anyway. Like, that's horrible. It's horrible. I hate that. Ugh, I just can't even function. And then, oh my god, and here's another one on page 13. Everyone moves around me these days like I'm made of glass. Like one wrong look and I'll shatter. Little do they know it's too late. All of me already is all shattered. A mosaic of cracks and agony. Oh, and then she's talking about the paparazzi later on this page and how they're following her. She said, yelled at and watched, invaded upon and never left alone, but somehow completely, entirely, wholly alone all at once. I can't. I'm only on the 2nd chapter, and I haven't even actually read BJ's point of view yet, because it's the 2nd chapter. I can't, like, how am I supposed to do this? I've already almost cried like 4 times. I had to film this intro, because otherwise I literally was just gonna be crying. I know, this is full spoilers, so nothing's being held back, if you can already tell. But I'll let you know, update again later. I just feel like I should update after the 1st chapter. I just got to chapter 4. I already cried. All of chapter 2 is just the night Bridget died. In detail. Oh my god, it's already in pieces. I didn't realize we had to relive it like that, but we did. I don't know, here's some of my annotations again. I'm still crying. Beginning of chapter 2. I see her face and it sets off some old ache in me. It transports me somewhere else. Her in my garden when I was 6. All that light behind her that I can't tell anymore whether the light was real or if it was just her. The day I got to St. Bart's, her in that yellow bikini. Her in the lilac bikini on the boat too, actually. when I gave her my family crest ring when we were at school. And I gave it to her again when we were adults. Oh my god. Jess's writing is like literally gonna break me. And then immediately, next paragraph is sad. Other times that I remember, this look in her eyes, this visceral, almost punching that I feel sometimes like a phantom. Like when I told her I cheated on her, or when we lost Billy. When she found out it was Paley the night she slept with Tom and Bridget. I'm just gonna cry again. Like, oh my god. But then just the whole time at the hospital. Oh, and then this, when he's talking about how she's looking to him now, and she always looked, in a moment of panic, she'd look to Bridget, but now she's looking at BJ. He said, how ballerinas pick a spot to look at when they're doing a pirouette so they don't get dizzy. Bridget was Magnolia's spot on the wall. That just was like such a good way to put it into words. I can't even. Her writing is insane. Insane. And then when Magnolia's parents get there, talking about her parents after they found out Bridget had passed, the doctor just told them her parents are upset, and it says least surprising of all, neither of them clock Magnolia. But F them, because she doesn't need her parents anyway. She never has, even if she thinks she does, she doesn't. She has us. She turned around to face me, eyes all glassy. She said nothing. I said nothing, just grabbed her and held her. She didn't cry, not then anyway. She saved it up later that night when it was just me and her in my old bedroom at my mom's house. Oh, it's just so devastating. And then the whole paragraph of her saying she's scared and, them leaving Bridget really just means she's dead. It's not Bridget's been rushed to the hospital. She's actually dead. Like, everything's just gonna change. It was so sad too. And then when they got to his mom's house and he was like, no, she needs a shower. She needs a shower. She's not going to bed. She has to take a shower. I'm just always knowing immediately when she needs to take a shower, why, how she needs to be washed to make her feel better. I can't. And then when she breaks down, it's just the two of them, because she knows she's safe now. She knows she can just be. Oh, at least, okay, this is chapter 3, but at least this one's funny. I thought this was funny. They were talking about her going to dinner with Tora. He's like, I'll drive you, or Danny will drive you, and I'll go with you. And he's like, I'll catch the tube with you. And she's like, I beg your pardon. Says Harry Styles catches the tube. And she goes, he also chokes people with the sea view. Bede shrugs and blows some air out of his mouth. Probably better than choking someone with a garden view. That was just, I needed a good laugh. And that gave me a good laugh. And it was funny. And I don't know. And then we had the whole whole Tora, Jonah, Henry moment where they ran into Jonah and Tora at dinner. And it wasn't good. It wasn't good. And it's just, I don't know, it's sad for everyone. Everyone's just heartbroken, like, loving him so much. It feels almost like I'm choking on it. He moves again, rolling towards me, and I stare at him, the great love of my life. It was always him. I knew that even at the time, even when I tried to fill the gap he left me with other people, it was and always will be him. Then later it says, the curves of his chest carved into my memory, the same way you don't ever forget your best day. He is my best day. And she talks about kind of how the start of their relationship, and that was cute. Oh my god, and then the part where she checks his vitals every night. She checks his vitals every night and writes them down in a journal. She's so worried. I can't. Oh my god. 50 pages in and I'm like already broken. Oh my god. I'll update you again later. Okay, so I'm back with another update. I'm on chapter 20, page 181. I just read Bridget's funeral. I'm so emotional. It was nice to see Tom again, though. He was sweet. We love Tom England. Can't ever hate him, can you? He's such a good guy. Anyways, I had to highlight this because it just felt so, like, final. Like, I mean, I guess it is their final book, but this just, like, really made it so. Because she's giving the speech at Bridget's funeral, and she was like, how many loves do you get in a lifetime? That's a question I've wondered before. You ask the sun, I've had far too many, and in some ways it's true, I have. But actually, I've only had 2 great ones. And it's just like, we have been asking that question since the first book, and it does feel so final now, like it's wrapping up. We have an answer. There's an answer. You see, I've been crying, if you can tell. God, it's just so... Oh my god, and then this, she was talking about the paparazzi at the funeral, or the magazines, whatever. They like me these days because I'm sad, so I'm fascinating, but they're wrong. I'm not sad, I'm destroyed, not fascinating, I'm just a shell. It like hurts so bad. Yeah, and then Romilly, we met her, she came back. And we're addressing, we did somewhat address Magnolia's eating disorder. Didn't go well. Probably gonna address it again and we'll have another fight, but we'll figure it out. But we were somewhat addressing it with Henry, Rom, and BJ. And she's like saying, like, I was there, remember, whatever, and he goes, I breathe in through my nose, don't really want to remember, actually. Probably could start crying if I let myself, so I jumped my jaw and tossed back some wine. Sorry, I just get so emotional. Oh my god, and there was another one. Oh my god, BJ thinks, oh my god, Magnolia thinks BJ's cheating on her in this section. But he was texting Harley about the affair that he's having with his ex-wife. Confusing. I mean, I guess it's an affair because he has a new wife, but it's confusing. Whatever. But he feels guilty for not telling Magnolia, and he's texting Harley about it, but Magnolia just sees him on his phone and is like, oh, you're cheating on me. And, she said with Tora, and he just is like, I don't know. The fact that she would think that he would cheat on her with Tora, his brother's ex, and then Jonah's ex, and he just is like he's starting to, obviously if she thinks that, then obviously that's who he is, right? He can't be, because he takes what everyone says very harshly, especially Magnolia's thoughts and opinions on him. Ooh. And we just had Magnolia's birthday party, or birthday trip in France, and we saw Paley and Perry. Honestly, I was all for the Perry-Henry fist fight. That was about to take over. I was here for it. But it didn't happen. Did BJ deserve the slap to the face a little bit? Okay, maybe. Okay, yeah, he deserved it a little bit. But, also, Paley needs to get out of fantasy world. Come on, babe. It really was any girl, and it happened to be you, unfortunately, and not Magnolia, but it wouldn't have mattered if it was you or any other girl in that moment in time. Yeah. But this is very heavily annotated already. What am I at? 160 pages? Oh, 180 pages. I realized I read that much. Yeah, all the pink is like little lovey. Blue is sad. So you can tell there's mostly blue. And then purple is like major fashion moments. So I have the suit Christian tried on to wear to the wedding. And I have Bridget's outfit the day she died. And then what Magnolia and BJ wore to the funeral. So. Oh, and BJ knows that she checks his pulse. And oh, he just found out that she's been talking to Bridget. Like somewhat hallucinating her in a sense. It's also been going on, so I'll give you another update after I get some more through or something major kind of happens, but there was a lot happening, so I thought I'd just talk about it a little bit. Oh, also, as I was reading Bridget's funeral scene, Marjorie by Taylor Swift was playing that whole time, which made me cry even more than I already was. That was like so unnecessary for Marjorie to just pop up while I was reading that. I can't, that was so painful. Anyways, I'll update again later. Okay, so Daisy's back! Daisy's back! My girlie's back. I missed my Daisy. And okay. We're saying her and Christian picked up where they left off. And it seems like we're bantering okay, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. See Daisy, but we did. She's here. She's back, and I love that. I'm so happy she's back. And I love that she's not treating Magnolia like a piece of glass, and I know that Magnolia is loving that as well. I know that she's very much enjoying Daisy came back and immediately yelled at her right off the bat. You know. Because if she was really that mad about it, she would have yelled back, and she didn't. So. But again, I'll let you know when something else big happens or whatever, but that's kind of, I just want to update because Daisy's back. Okay, so I'm doing my final update for the night. I got to page 358. I'm on chapter 45. Julian's back, or at least came back. I don't know if he's staying, but he showed up. And just that whole... God, it was so sad. Like, I mean, Magnolia and BJ for life. I'd be so unbelievably mad if she ever ended up with Julian, because it's Magnolia and BJ. But you can't help but love him. You can't. You really can't. It just sucks that his life is the way it is, you know? He doesn't really want out, but even if he did, he can't get out, so. But just his reaction to her saying she loved him. God, it's so sad. And the fact that he loves her and she loved him, and it's all present tense with him. Like, yeah, that's what she said about him. But Julian, he's a star, not the shooting kind. Not some flash in the pan meteorite that burns up on entry into the atmosphere. And stars, they're undeniably beautiful, kind of magical. Only come out at the nighttime, easy enough to ignore in a sky full of them. A single star can be difficult to tell apart from the others. They don't affect our day-to-day lives, really. We might see it in one night and not the next. It bears no real consequence, other than perhaps the sky is a little less wonderful on that particular evening. A star is a star. And then he asks, like, if you ever had a chance, you know, with BJ, and still, like, with BJ around, and she, you know, no, it's her and BJ forever. But, and then she goes on in her inner monologue to say, but you see, the thing about stars is that in another galaxy, the star is also a sun. And then she tells him if it wasn't him, it would be you. And he goes, in another life, yeah? And she nods. She said, I'll meet you there. That's so heartbreaking. Like, Magnolia and BJ till the day I die, but Julian holds a special place in my heart. He just deserves to be happy. And he's just not happy. Oh my god. And then also, this part, and he said, I'm so sorry, but then she goes, he really doesn't sound it, actually. I pull back and look at him in a savior complex. It's not your fault. He lets out this shallow laugh and nods, looking like he might cry. He presses lips together. He's quite fond of Bridget. He nods again. I'm still sorry. We know why he might cry. We know why. Because he thinks it's his fault. I mean, I guess in a sense, if you angle the story right, it is his fault. But did he ask for this life of enemies and people trying to hurt the ones he cares about? No, he didn't. It's not what he signed up for. So it's not his fault. But I'm sure that's all he's been thinking about. And I'm sure that's why he never texted or called. Ugh, but then also at the end when he's saying goodbye. Well, because this one, like, I think he might leave. I don't know if he's still here. But he says, when you walk through that door from now on, you're no one to me. My maid's girlfriend at best. I mean, we know why. He's trying to keep her from getting hurt again. At least physically this time. So, I mean, we've known her parents are psychopaths, but they're psycho, and I literally was just like, BJ, punch him in the face. Literally do it. BJ, like, just hit him. I was ready for the fist fight, but it still didn't happen. Also, the fact she still doesn't believe Daisy or Julian for 1 second when they tell her they've killed people. She's like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, you've killed people. And Daisy's like, no, like, I'm not joking. Never believed Julian, still doesn't believe Daisy. And then they're like, don't call your gang lord ex-boyfriend. And she's like, he's not a gang lord, he's just an art dealer. They're like, sure. So now I'm wondering if she actually knows what Jonah and Christian have ever done with their lives. Like, does she have any idea what Jonah and Christian's, like, life is like? I'll update you again. I'm just gonna say tomorrow, whatever, technically today, later today, whatever. More on this book. Okay, so little updates the next day. I just read the December 3rd day. God, I wish Christian, Jonah, and Julian were there. Her dad did not deserve to live after those comments. I can't, I had to collect myself for a little bit before I started talking. That's like, oh my god. And there was a moment before he said it where I didn't know who it was going to be about, and when he said Bridget, there was no part of me that was relieved that it wasn't you. He gives a half-hearted shrug, kind of wished it was. Like, I could cry again. I'm just speechless like that. Oh my god. And the thread about cutting down the tree. And no way her mom is still with them. How did anyone ever like him? He's just, God, he's horrible. And I'm so here with Hamish for letting Henry and BJ beat him to a pulp. Well, they didn't know. She did beat him to a pulp, but beat him up. I wouldn't have stopped him either. So I said I wish Christian, Jonah, and Julian were there. He wouldn't have made it out alive. I'm heartbroken. I'm literally heartbroken. It was already such a hard day for them in general, and he just had to go and make it worse. I can't even. I actually can't even. I know. Right now that puts me on chapter 53, page 423, so I got a little bit less than 300 pages. I'll update again when something else happens. Hey, I'm back again. I just cried a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Because we just got to this. You know what I'm talking about? The bathtub. Oh my god, I'm literally like... I've been ripped to shreds, put back together, ripped back to shreds, just got put back together. I'm sure I'll get ripped to shreds again. I just, like, don't even... I'm just gonna read some more things that I've tabbed, because I just need to. Oh my god. This is also when they were in the bathtub. Okay, I'm really sorry if I pronounce any of this wrong. It's Greek mythology words, and I'm not good at that, okay? What Aristophanes was going on about in this symposium, it's me and Parks. In Greek mythology, when they were first created, the humans had 4 arms and 4 legs and a head with 2 faces. And then when the humans tried to climb Mount Olympus, Zeus considered them a proper threat, so he split them in half, and they were condemned to spend forever looking for their other half to make them whole again. Lucky for me, I found her when I was 6. Stop. I can't. Oh my god. Like, I'm broken. But, like, also that healed me, but also, like, oh my god. Like, what is this? But I also, you know, for the bathtub, we also know that I just read. Zadie. Sorry, it's just gonna make me, like, throw up if I say her name, so I'm just not gonna speak of it. Oh my god, but then, you know, they're in the bathroom after the whole situation of she who shall not be named, and he's, you know, thinking and whatever, and, you know, we're rewriting the past right now is what we're doing, and I can't, that was the sweetest thing. I literally, oh my god, I'm broken. But also, I feel everything all at once, I don't even know. And then he says here, decided that me being an effing a-hole and cheating on her was better than me being something weak than someone effed once a bunch of years ago. I remember deciding I'd rather her look at me like I betrayed her rather than risk her knowing that about me and not wanting me for that reason. What? Like, that hurts so bad. God, that hurts so bad. I love him so much, and it's so painful. But also, we talk about Magnolia being the coolest person alive, like, ever. She's like, you know what, she may not accept what Julian and Daisy do, and, you know, Jonah and Christian, that she definitely doesn't know about what, that they do any of that either. She may never believe him when they say it. But she used Julian like a threat in that moment, and I was like, girl, you do that. Because he would do anything for you, no questions asked. You give him the name, done. It's done. All you have to do is send him a name and he'll do it. Nothing else needs to be said. It's as simple as that. Yeah. She better be scared, Julian. She better. Also, I don't know if I said this in any past clips, but can we talk about how nervous I am about Julian? Can we just talk about that? Because I simply forgot that I was reading Jessa Hastings and that she's, okay with breaking our hearts. But I had this weird idea in my head that she would never obviously kill BJ, Magnolia, Christian, Daisy, or Julian because all their point of views. I think I'm mistaken. I think I'm mistaken on that, and I think she's gonna kill Julian off. I'm really scared, and I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I really feel like it will. Because he was saying, he's like, I would throw my life on the line for her if that's what it took. He'll protect her. He'll never let her get physically hurt ever again. Or just let her get hurt ever again. And I'm just... Because he will. He will do that. And I think he's gonna die. Also, Daisy hates is gonna hurt so bad. Oh my god, it's gonna hurt so bad. Like, we know why he did that with Magnolia. That was his way of saying goodbye. That was his way of trying to let go of the past and say goodbye and get her out of his life so he doesn't have to worry about her getting hurt. We also all have to know he was the one who actually hired Danielle, right? Like, he just told Jonah to be the one to deliver it. But we know it was him, right? Like, come on. Their meeting was a little awkward. We know. Because Danielle is not just a driver. We also all know that. But then also we've, talked about how Jonah and Christian are acting all weird and we haven't seen them, and then, they're just shooting at Jonah's club, and I'm like, great, literally, like, this book is gonna cause so much pain, I'm not even ready. It's gonna hurt so bad. It's like Magnolia and BJ's story hurts in such a different way. Like, it hurts so bad, but in a different way than, like, Daisy, Christian, Julian's story hurts. Like, you kind of get put back together with Magnolia and BJ. Like, you get your heart ripped to shreds, but then you kind of get it put back together. And that may happen within the same sentence and, repeat every single sentence that happens, which is what's been happening so far. It's very painful. But that's, I think, why Daisy hates books are a different kind of pain, because you don't always get put back together again. Sometimes your heart just gets ripped out, and that's that. There's no fixing that, because like I said, she writes them so real and so raw, and so they're just human. They're so human. The stories are so human. Like, there's not a perfect happily ever after in every real life situation. There's just not. And she really shows that. And but their version is a little different. And so Magnolia and BJ aren't wrapped up in this crime-filled, death-filled world. They're not. Not like Daisy, Christian, and Julian are. And Jonah. It's different. And that's why theirs hurts a little differently. Because your heart will get ripped out, but it's not really going to get put back together. And I really think Julian's going to die, and I'm really nervous about it. And I'll let you know if that happens in this book or not, but I'm kind of freaking out about it. I kind of am. Because Magnolia doesn't need that. Let's be so for real, she doesn't need that. I physically don't need that, Jessa. We're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have a talk, because I can't keep doing this. I have 2 more. It's like so bittersweet, because it's like, at some point the pain will end, but also it means their stories end, and that's something I can't handle. Anyways, right now I'm on chapter 66. I have I don't even know, 100-something pages left. But again, I'll update you. Might be the end of the book. Might I update you again? Might just be when something else. I don't know. Obviously, something else is probably going to happen still. But I'll just let you know when that is. my final update, and I guess to kind of wrap up this video, I just finished crying also, so I'm sorry if any tears start. Ugh, I love them so much, and I already miss them, and I just flipped to the last page, and I already miss them so much. It's like, they're book characters, like, why am I so attached? I don't know, they changed my life in more ways than I can say, and I think about them on a daily basis, all of these characters, but especially Magnolia and BJ. I don't know, and I don't know. I think the way that she wrapped it up was perfect. I think it was a perfect ending to their story. And in my heart, they're never ending, because in my heart, they're real people, and they're going to continue their lives, and they never end. But I think it was the perfect way to wrap it up. I really do, and I think it would have been an injustice to continue this into another book. It just wouldn't have felt right. I don't know, they just have characters so raw and real just to read about. Is just, I don't know, they feel real. They feel so real, it's not even funny. Like, it's weird to me that I can't just, like, text one of them. Like, I feel like they're real people, and I'm in their lives for real, and I already miss them so much. And they're characters on a page, I can come back to them whenever I want, but it still feels, I don't know. But I just read their wedding scene, and, sobbed the whole time. I tabbed so many things. So many parts of their vows. I'll just read this one from Magnolia's. How many loves do you get in a lifetime? That is a question I've pondered on for a lot of years now. I've come up with varying degrees of the same answer, that there are lots of different kinds of love that life may afford you the chance to experience over the course of one's life. Some terrible, some misguided, some well-meaning, some dangerous, some wonderful, some benign, some painful, some when you lose them are agony. If you're lucky, you might get a great one, and I know I'm the luckiest, because I got two. Oh, God, it breaks my heart that it's over. It was just, oh my God. Jessa, obviously she created them, so she can't write them wrong, but it was perfect. It was perfect. It was perfection in a book. I have no doubt this is my top read of the entire year, and it's only been 2 months into the year. It's not a doubt in my mind. I don't know, I relate to them on all these levels that just don't even make sense to relate to these characters on, and I feel so understood with all of them. I don't relate to one, I feel like, more than another. Like, I feel like I relate to all of them on an even page. Maybe I relate to BJ more than the others, but their love story is so perfect. And it's not, though. That's why it's perfect, because it's not perfect. It's messy, it's a disaster, it's toxic. But it's them, which makes it perfect. And I heavily sobbing when BJ wrote what he thought Bridget would say for her speech, and that broke me even more. And Julian texting her, I don't know, speaking of Julian, I need the Daisy Hates book right now, because no one will spill anything, and I need to know what's happening, because something's going down, because Jonah and Christian kicked them out of England so fast it wasn't even funny. Jonah's like, leave, go, you want to go anyway, just go. Christian's like, Henry, you should go on this vacation with them, like, get out. Julian being so rude to Magnolia was a way to get her away from him, because something's happening. And Tiller is still very involved with it all, and I was hoping he'd spill, but he won't spill. Jerk. Whatever. Obviously, we'll get a lot of him in the next book. Yeah, she definitely doesn't know much about Christian and Jonah. she still doesn't really fully accept Daisy and Julian and what they do. I think the only time she's ever even comprehended it, maybe it is that dangerous, is when Tiller talked to her, some stranger. She doesn't know how him and Daisy met, and the whole Romeo-Daisy Christmas situation is so messy. I know Daisy didn't cheat on him. Jonah and Julian, I think, separated the two of them. I think this is what happened. Also, I recognize the name Sasha, and I feel like we know it from The Great Undoing, but I could be wrong. But I so feel like I remember that person. But they've so obviously been separated from each other, and I need to know what's happening. Like, I need to know. Oh my god, that one's gonna hurt so bad. Everyone's gonna die. Everyone's gonna die. Like, literally everyone's gonna die. I can't even talk about it right now. And I have 2 of them to get through. Oh my god. The fact that there is 2 to get through is actually wild and gonna destroy me, but I'm excited to get to their story now, because there's a lot of secrets and no one's spilling anything, and Jonah doesn't hide stuff from BJ. So the fact that he's hiding this is big. And they still don't know that the car accident wasn't an accident. But I guess that's for another day. That'll be messy if they ever find out. Magnolia and BJ forever. Also, like how gorgeous this cover is. Emmy Lawless killed it. Killed it. Killed it. So good. Oh no. I'm gonna miss them. I already do miss them. But I feel good about where we left off. I do. I think, you know, her being pregnant again is just so exciting. It's gonna be such a good story. We officially have the second Valentine kid. I don't know. But this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. And dealing with me crying and being kind of the mess. At least I wasn't recording when I was sobbing, because you wouldn't have understood a word I was saying. I feel like this handles the topics, just grief and loss, so well. And like she said in her dedication, it's just those stingy bits, you know, when you relate to them, you just really do. They'll sting. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've gone through, what you haven't gone through. There is something you will feel in your soul in this book, no matter what. And yeah, it's all there. It's all there. It's messy. It hurts. It sucks. It's such real life. It's the only thing none of us probably really relate to is being rich socialites, but, or maybe having the love BJ and Magnolia have. I definitely don't relate to that, and I wish I did, but I don't. But maybe those are the 2 most unrealistic things in this story, but everything else is so real, and everyone will find something to relate to and to resonate with. You will connect to it for sure. I know. Those are my final thoughts. Please tell me kind of your thoughts on it and how you felt about it, and if you thought this was a good ending for them, and maybe what you would have changed and what you thought was perfect, and I don't know, just kind of your thoughts too, because I'd love to hear them if you're watching this. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Bye!